This video was produced by The Top Cut. Be sure to check out thetopcut.net, your home for Pokemon TCG, tournament coverage, professional game analysis, and interviews with the best players in the world. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, I am Michael Permont, and this is round 6 of Virginia States. Both these players are undefeated at table 1, and yes, they're running. It's a pretty interesting matchup right here. On our left we have Jordan Parrish using Zekrom Eelektrik, a pretty standard deck. I think it's probably the most played deck in the metagame right now. And on our right we have Curran Hill using a pretty unique deck. It might take the cake for least Pokemon played in a deck. So he is playing Terrakion. Now, you might ask, why would you say it has the least Pokemon played? Surely there must be something else with Terrakion, right? Well, there isn't. It is literally for Terrakion, a bunch of trainers and energy. Now, you might be going, well, that doesn't sound very good. How would that work? Well, we're about to find out. It's clearly working as Curran here is 5-0. And yeah, let's get started into this game. So Curran gets 2 Terrakions with his start. And let's see. They did not. Okay, so we have Jordan going first with a Mewtwo start. And yeah, Mewtwo DCE. This is actually probably the most optimal start. He does have a Dynamo on the bench, and he just level balls for a second Dynamo. This is really huge for Jordan. He really needs to go first in this matchup. I believe in this matchup, Terrakion is probably a big favorite just because it can one-shot anything but Mewtwo for 2 energy, and Curran does run EXP share, so that's how he keeps energy on the board. 4 Retaliates and 4 Land Crushes. He can just keep swarming these Terrakions. But the counter to this is Mewtwo. And so it's probably going to come down to Mewtwo, or whether Jordan can take out all these Terrakions before Curran gets too many energies on the board. So this deck does premiere Heavy Ball, which everyone thought was not a great card, right? It doesn't get that much. There's not a lot of things with high retreat cost, and Mewtwo only has 2, so you can't fetch a Mewtwo with it. But Curran here, he's found a use for it. So he starts off with a Fighting Energy and then a Pont. The thing about this format is Stage 2 decks are a little bit more obsolete now, so everything's really supporter heavy and basic heavy. So decks are going to be a lot more centered on supporter draw, and you always want your supporter to draw cards, so you're probably going to see more dual balls and more ball type trainers than you would see collector. The thing about Terrakion, though, its first turn is very underwhelming because his attack runs on 2 energy. He can't actually do anything on his first turn other than try and set up. We do see quite a bit of energy, and I think I saw a rescue energy too. So he does play Rescue Energy, which is an interesting add. It's very nice in this deck because they just have to deal with Terrakion, so they'll eventually knock out the one with the Rescue Energy, and you just pick the Terrakion right back up. However, wow, what a knockout. We see a second DCE for Jordan to 2-shot that Terrakion. And yeah, this is a terrible situation for Curran. He's basically lost a turn for nothing. That Mewtwo's pretty heavy. I did see a loss remover when he did Mulligan that first in the beginning of this round. So yeah, if he just draws loss remover Junk Arm or double loss remover or something, this game is reset, and Yeah, it would be pretty scary for Jordan being 2 double colorlesses down. And he didn't even play a supporter last turn, so he's in trouble. Curran, on the other hand, he's kind of just moseying on along. He's had a good stream of supporters so far, but it's early, you know. We don't really know how this is going to go. I think I saw a loss remover. Yep, there, I see it. I think I see it. Anyways, there's a heavy ball in his hand, so he's going to get that 4th Terrakion, and then all of them are together now. These Terrakions do go by a nickname, Don Fan Jr. So they're not a fully realized Don Fan yet. They're almost on Don Fan's level, but you know, they're getting there. They're getting there. Let's see. So, maybe it wasn't a loss remover. It might have been an EXP all. Yep, it was an EXP all, and it's good that he doesn't drop it here. You don't want to put EXP all down when they could just randomly catcher up the guy with EXP all, because that's really the backbone of this deck is EXP all. If you can mitigate that, then Curran can't replenish his board, and he'll eventually just fall too far behind on energy counts. We do see a plus power. Is that a double plus power? No, that's just 3 double colorlesses. That Mewtwo is getting ridiculous. It just did a absurd amount of damage for very little. It can basically one-shot anything that Curran plays right now. This is actually a complete reversal of what I thought was going to happen. I thought Curran was just gonna he flashes the 4th DCE. I thought Curran was just gonna steamroll Jordan, but yeah, it's the complete opposite. Mewtwo's pretty strong. Terrakion may be overpowered, but Mewtwo is more overpowered than Terrakion, apparently. Any catcher and that Terrakion with an energy on it's gone. Just another energy card, and that EXP all Terrakion's gone. That's probably the one you would want to get if you can keep those DCEs. But Curran is drawing 6 cards here, and maybe more hope for loss remover. We do see a revive, so that's how he replenishes his Terrakions. It's just a bunch of revives, and it's a bunch of maybe just 1 or 2 rescue energies. So can't really see Jordan's hand here, but this is a situation that is really good for him. Curran hasn't dropped down any loss removers yet, so he probably doesn't have it, and he already passed it to Jordan's turn. So there's energy number 7, and he's able to do 140s from here on out. So he's just going to keep sweeping up with Mewtwo. It's kind of unfortunate that he hasn't drawn an Eelektrik yet, and that's really the thing that's going to maybe save Curran in getting back into this game. Jordan hasn't done anything other than power Mewtwo, so he's gonna, if one of these ends land hard, then Jordan could be done after that Mewtwo goes away. If that Mewtwo goes away, who knows? There is a Terrakion Retaliate coming up here, so that Mewtwo's going to take 90 damage, and it's just going to take 1 more Land Crush. However, Curran will lose that active Terrakion unless a double loss remover comes down, which it does not. So, yeah, Mewtwo's just going to take another prize here. He's going to go down to 2 before Curran even takes a prize yet. This is blowout coming, but I don't even think Jordan's played like maybe 1 supporter this game. He plays down a full art Zekrom. That confused me a little bit. Yeah, so he plays down Bolt Strike Zekrom, and he's just saying, yeah, you may knock out my Mewtwo, but I'm gonna Bolt Strike your Terrakion, and we'll see what happens. So the Terrakion comes active. It's gonna go Retaliate, this turn. He's gonna be able to take 2 prizes, and it's really just gonna come down to whether Jordan has a response to this Terrakion. It comes down to if Curran draws a EXP all. If Curran draws an EXP all, then it may not matter if Jordan can draw a Terrakion knockout. We do see a sleeve rip. Okay, so they're just getting that situated. Yeah, so if I think the draws are going to come all down to can Jordan set up and can Curran draw EXP alls? Because if Curran can draw EXP alls and more Terrakions, then it doesn't really matter. Though he can only afford. Actually, he doesn't actually want to drop any more Terrakions after this. He's already gone through 4 of them. Yeah, so 6 Terrakions have appeared in this game, and 4 of them have been taken down by 1 Mewtwo. There is an EXP all. So Curran is pretty much as safe as he can be, and he takes 2 prizes right here. Let's see. Oh, he was so excited about that Juniper, he almost played it down without doing everything he needs to do first. Plays down another Mewtwo, and okay, so he doesn't want to have to go Super Rod for that. Okay, so I don't know why he puts the energy on Mewtwo. I feel like Zekrom may have been a little stronger, because even if you hit double Eel, you're not going to knock out that Terrakion, whereas you can knock out the Terrakion with a Bolt Strike plus power if you hit Eel and a plus power. That's all you need to hit. So there is a Dynamotor, and if he had a plus power Junk Arm in his hand, then he would have knocked out that Terrakion, gone down to 1 prize. Can't tell if he would have had it, but the odds are there. You kind of play. You have to play towards the odds of what you think is going to happen. I actually just like this move a lot, actually, because now all Curran needs to do is just Energy Land Crush. Well, maybe it's not so bad, because Jordan is ahead by a bunch of prizes. So if Curran needs to do something here, well, he's going for triple plus power, Junk Arm for plus power. Wow, this is getting dangerous really quickly for Jordan. Yeah, this could have bit him really hard. Yep, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 130 damage right now on the field. Just ready to take down that Mewtwo. I see like 140 maybe. He's a little short on damage. It's a shame. There's nothing really else he could have gotten with that Junk Arm anyways, if he was going to Juniper anyways, so not a big deal. Because he does have to hit the Mewtwo here. If he does not do damage to that Mewtwo, then everything was... He can't just take prizes. He has to take out threats while he's taking prizes. So like catching up Dynamo or Eelektrik wouldn't really do much. So we do see 130 damage come flying down onto a Mewtwo. But that's okay, because Mewtwo's just going to be like, hey, what's up, X-Ball? And and Jordan is probably going to prepare a Bolt Strike knockout for the next Terrakion. So, yep, there's energy. And plays Super Rod. Gets a Mewtwo back. And yep, that's all he has. So he just gets Mewtwo back. He does have another, so he will have another Mewtwo ready to go, just in case Curran can come back from this game. This is the strength of Terrakion. It just never gives up, never surrenders, and it just sits there and does a lot of damage. He kind of reminds me of another Pokemon. I think it was Donphan. Maybe that's why we call him Donphan Jr. So EXP share does come into play here. It's really the core of the stack, really. This deck would not work without EXP share. So we do have another Retaliate coming in. And Yeah, so he gets rid of the plus power. At this point, plus power doesn't actually do anything. It's just kind of it wastes space in the deck, so he definitely wants to get rid of those. But he does not want to play another Terrakion because if Jordan gets a catcher and then like Curran can't draw a switch, then the game may be over. Oh, huh? He deems it worthy to do it. Questionable on this one, but it could work out. It could not. I mean, I think the one extra card in the deck may have been worth it. And I mean, I don't know what you're fishing for at this point. Is the real issue? I guess maybe you're fishing for catcher, the knockout Zekrom, and that way you can go. Well, you only have 2 energy on Mewtwo. I have 2 energy on Terrakion. You'd have to go DCE to knock me out. But whereas, so he's either so he just takes out the Mewtwo. And here's Jordan's big moment. Does he have the catcher? Or does he have, rather, the plus power? He will Dynamotor here onto the Zekrom. Probably. Yep, there it is. You may notice that it says table 33, but that's just Masters table 1. Just a little side note there. Yeah, all those awesome movers. And yeah, he never got to use them because they all died with one Mewtwo. But Curran's hand is huge. He does Bolt Strike here. So he's looking for maybe a Dynamo knockout. That would be interesting. And very cool. Yeah, that would be actually really, really cool. Just be like, yeah, you may land crush my Zekrom, but my Dynamo came in and knocked you out. Yep, there's a catcher on Eelektrik, a Junk Arm for a switch. And is he just going to wall off? He may just wall here. Yeah. He's just planning to go, okay, I'm going to buy time with Eelektrik. I can't let that damaged Terrakion stay there, so I have to guard him with another Terrakion. Terrakion number 7. Wow, that's a lot of Terrakions, actually. And, I'll get up another Terrakion, start retaliating and land crushing in a couple turns. However, if Jordan does hit plus power and switch, game could be over. Actually, just switch alone would be game over. No, switch catcher would be game over. There's a lot of combinations where this could go sour for Curran, but let's see if Jordan can do it. N here would be very huge for both players. Like, it would be very huge because Curran would have to draw energy and Jordan would just have to draw plus power. So it would really come down to draws at that point. Curran's deck is really tiny, though. That may not be optimal for Jordan right now. He really needs to find a plus power, find some way to get out of this situation. So he Junk Arms for switch. So he's just planning to Bolt Strike again. He needs to Dynamotor onto that Dynamo. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So he Bolt Strikes again, goes to 80. And Curran is in rough shape. I don't know if there's actually anything he can do to get out of this. Both Terrakions are within Dynamo range, as silly as that sounds. And yeah, Curran doesn't have much. He has to deal with this Zekrom right here, or he has to take a. Yeah, I don't know. He may have to get another Terrakion out, and then guard again, and try and go, hey, yeah, knock me out with your own Zekrom while knocking you out, or something like that. Something silly. He may also try to. I see a catcher, so he may try to bring up Eelektrik again, and then get another Terrakion out with another revive, with a Junk Arm revive, and then just try this tactic one more time. But he is counting the energy he has left, because who knows how many switches and revives he has left. Yeah, so he's saying he's counting how many resources he has left. He's only used one junk arm, so he has a lot of junk arms left. So we do see a junk arm come down. He discards Catcher Switch for Revive. Okay. Not too sure on this one. Well, I guess we're all along for the ride. I mean, I don't know if I agree with those cards. It's hard to say. I don't really know what's in his hand. So I see a Fighting Energy, though. But yeah, Fighting Energy. Oh, he had another switch in his hand. Okay, that makes more sense. And Juniper, yeah. I do see a lot more Catchers Energy, and that's probably just going to be a pass. Yeah. Let's see if Jordan can draw out of this. Let's see. Oh, he draws N. Ooh, good draw. That's actually like that's actually the best supporter he could have drawn outside of Juniper. It prevents his opponent from having a fresh 7 cards that he got off that Juniper, and it gives him a new card. You know, who knows what that card could be? Could be another Switch or something, or a DCE. I think it was a Lightning though, so he might just attach it. Or he could no, there's no point in holding it at this point, I don't think. Because if you draw another Lightning, then you can retreat. Might as well just attach it to Eel. I think he's just gonna. Yep, attaches the Eel, passes. He's just hoping for some kind of out. It also, yeah, I did notice Curran was running Copycat. This also prevents Copycat. I actually don't think Copycat's that good in this format because hands go down so low because of N. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna Copycat your 2-card hand. This is cool, I guess. So we did see a Retaliate for 60. Nothing much. But so Curran is going to catch up here with another Retaliate. Oh, and he even has Land Crush damage. So he's threatening win in 2 turns. Wow, what a comeback. You know, that Mewtwo took 4 prizes before Curran did anything, and now he's... Oh, there's plus power. But that would be a draw. And yeah, it's going to sudden death, I guess, or oh nope, they're packing up. Okay, so I guess none of them realized that 80 plus 80 plus 50 equals 130. But yeah, I mean, so congrats, Jordan, you get the win. Should have went to sudden death though. Oh well. You know, it's one of those things where you just get really excited and you're just like, yeah, I can't believe this happened. This never happens in real life, and then it just happened right here. And yeah, so you know, both players overlooked it, and even the judge overlooked it. There was a judge watching that game too. So, oh well. And yeah, so congratulations, Jordan, 6-0.